Hello, everyone. Everyone on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today, I wanted to have a fun discussion about what games I prefer over D&D. And for my, say, I know this channel doesn't have any fans, but if I were to get fans, for the LGBTQ fans, the strong rebels of society. Kitty says hi. Okay. Either way, I'm going to talk about one theme that I often find very lacking in a lot of tabletop games, especially D&D, and that is identity. And what I mean by this is, don't get me wrong, you can play as an NB Dragonborn Paladin or something along those lines. But that's often not the big thing within D&D. D&D is typically, it's rather simple. You go out, you quest, you kill monsters, you get rich and shit, and you become like living fucking legends. Not really what I'm wanting to get. Me personally, I like the idea of having a character that really changes and is extremely flawed. And what I mean by flawed, I mean character flaws that are very, very deep and will probably is what's going to get them killed. And I was wondering, what games could I find to tackle the theme of identity? And then two games came to mind, and I have them here in my hand. Promethean and Demon. Promethean, it's a very, very good one because you can make it incredibly heavy in thematics, where you not only tackle the concepts of gender, it's the perfect idea to take this idea of gender and just break it completely. And it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. In this game, typically, if you are part of a certain lineage, let's call them what they are, Frankensteins. This is a game where you are typically for a lot of them, they are a hodgepodge of corpse parts put together and given artificial life through the Azoth. Yeah, this game has a lot of, like, Fullmetal Alchemist-y vibes. It's fucking cool, okay? Play it. But what I mean here is because you're a hodgepodge of random fucking body parts, here's the fun part. What if, say, you had the chest of a woman, but the genitalia of both? Or you didn't have any genitalia at all, and you're, like, really fucking androgynous, and people just wonder, like, is this person a he or a she? What the fuck should I say? And, you can say I'm non-binary. It's like, I don't really identify because I can't identify because I ain't got the parts for it. Like, this to me was so fucking cool, and it's also in the book itself. So you're fundamentally, just by existing as a Promethean, you're taking the idea of gender and just completely fucking blowing it away. It's so awesome. And then, another game about identity, but this isn't necessarily like, it's not really like Promethean, but it takes identity and does it differently. Demon. the Descent. You see, in Demon the Descent, you play as a demon, a fallen angel. Except for angels in this game, if you know, like, Lovecraft or, how, angels, like, in the Bible shit, they say, like, be not afraid, and then they are, like, extremely fucking abstract and fucking terrifying. They're not, like, the winged human bird thingies. No, that's not it. They are more like machines. They are just fucking eldritch abominations that should be destroyed because human is horrible. Okay. But, you see, in this game, God, he ain't what you fucking think it is. Because even in the idea of a biblical God, it wouldn't really have a gender because it's above gender. So I don't know why people would just constantly say he. I'm guessing patriarchal norms throughout the fucking ages. Okay. But in this game, you have what you call the God Machine. This God Machine is a being that is unfathomable in its thoughts, in its methods, in its ways of thinking. It is a creature that can't empathize with humans because, like us, do we empathize with amoeba? Do we empathize with ants? That's the scale of the God Machine to us. It's that kind of thing here. It looks at us the way we look at amoeba and ants. Okay. But you see, you play as a biomechanical horror, and you're trying to constantly hide from the God Machine. You're trying to... It's... Technically, they call it a game of technostic espionage. Not only that, but you also get some, like, really cool powers. You can, like, alter fucking reality at your whim with glitches and exploits. Super cool. Seriously, the writers of this game, I give them high fucking props. Same thing with Promethean. Promethean is one of my favorite games, along with Changeling the Lost, but Changeling the Lost is just a bit higher. I'm sorry. But, you see, in Promethean, how do you manage to hide away from the God Machine? But this is where it gets fun. In Demon, as a demon, you actually take aspects of other people's identities and meld them into your own as cover. So you could also kind of do the same thing as what in Promethean, a hodgepodge of different traits to create a new identity. These are the types of games that I really love and I really want more people to play. I want to introduce more of these games to the LGBT community. I certainly do hope that a lot of people are, that watch this be like, this sounds awesome. I'ma play it. Be mindful though, these are typically more kind of mature. These are not like D&D, where D&D is like basically just a fucking combat simulator. These are much more about character and story. If you're all for that, okay, these games are totally for you. Like, seriously, my God. I'm just reading these. I had to get new pants because my erection just ripped through my jeans and my underwear. It was, for all this, it sucks. Okay, it sucks. Like, seriously, like, the back of my wall looks like the end result of a massive porno. Take that what you will. Which does remind me of, like, this really funny incident. Last week, before Thanksgiving, I was kind of invited for a group session. considering what just came out of my mouth, you can figure. But sadly, I'm a po boy, so that didn't happen. Wow. Instead of spending time with friends and family, you wanted to go to an orgy. Hey, I would say that is a remarkable improvement, okay? I say that's an improvement. But either way, I've been wanting to talk about these games because so little love is given to these games. You know, I've seen fans of the World of Darkness games who hate the new World of Darkness titles, and I just tell them, are you sure? Like, these games are fucking awesome. Like, seriously, Promethean, Demon, Changeling. Like, you're going to try and tell me that these games are bad? That these games are atrocious somehow? These games are fucking amazing. Like, seriously. The shit that you guys can do in this game. And this also goes... Yeah, what I mean by story and character driven. I'll give you a shining example with a Changeling game that I played not too long ago. You see, I decided to make a bit of a tragic character, and what we were I decided to ask a few within the botch pit community that I'm in their Discord. I decided to ask them, hey, can changelings alter people's memories by entering into their dreams? And they told me, yeah, but have fun with all the clarity damage that you're going to take, because that's a really, really fey thing to do. You might want to avoid that. And my big concept for this character came up, and I found that it was plausible. You see, this is a character who had to endure trauma, and he felt guilt over being taken by the Fae. So, his main goal was the perfect death. Death not in just the idea of his physical body dying, but the death of the memory of him before he would go and ultimately commit suicide. He would decide, any human, any changeling, anyone who ever knew about me, they will not remember me before I am gone. So he decides, like a thief in the night, to become a thief of memories. And slowly, as he kept on going, yeah, he became a gentry, more or less. Or right before he would ultimately make the final push, I had to kill him. And it gets it gets harder. You see, he would play as an antagonist, but it would get harder the more it goes on, because the less they remember, the less they know. What's harder than killing something that you do not know? That is where the horror is. It's not just the horror of the despair that he felt. It is the horror of fighting something that you can never know. Because the more that you realize, it makes me feel like my memories are being tampered with. You don't know who. You don't know what's happening. But that is where it gets really fun. You can have you can tackle the idea of guilt in these games. You can tackle the idea of tragedy. You can tackle the idea of freedom, of abstract ideals that not a lot of games really tackle nowadays. And yeah, I know, like, my Changeling character sounds a lot like Persona 5, and considering I have been playing Persona 5 Royal, I decided, yeah. See, the fact that I can make a character like that from Persona 5 into Changeling, play Changeling. Just play it. It's amazing. But that was basically what I wanted to talk about in this video. It's introducing these games to a bit of a wider audience who struggle with the idea of identity and really wanted to kind of tackle it in their games, and also some game recommendations. Also, yeah, I haven't been able to play Echo, and as you can see from my previous playthrough episodes, it's been rather difficult, along with school. That's a thing, trust me. But either way, and I've also been playing Arches. I've been playing The Smoke Room. I fucking love The Smoke Room, man. Like, seriously, that shit is great, okay? I don't care what anyone says. Play The Smoke Room. If they found a way to, like, kind of cut the H scenes and just give us the overall story, like, you can provide some context, but just without showing the H scenes, but considering, you know, culture degenerates, which I don't mind. Like, cool, pulleys for you. Like, that shit's awesome. But you know, like the fact that, like, that is definitely something that I like about the furry community. It's not all degenerates, even if I'm one of them. Oh shit. Huh. I mean, like, seriously, I'm a fucking degenerate. I ain't gonna fucking lie to you, considering I almost fucking took part in a massive orgy. But, but either way, like, I just wanted to make this video, have some fun after the previous video that I made. That was, that was something. But, I guess I'll have to make another video about the idea of misinformation, which will be a bit more serious discussion of a video. I've also had a little bit, tiny conversation with Hunter Avalone. It was very enjoyable. Highly recommend watching his channel. But yeah, I've been watching Vosh, Conyer, Shield One Head. I don't know what's gone through her brain, so I wouldn't be able to fucking tell you. I've also watched Xander Hall. I've seen a few. Also, another channel that I'm going to recommend is Chariot. Also, another, like, a furry YouTuber to watch. Well, two furry YouTubers to watch. Boring Keith, Vivian Jade. They're great. They're awesome. Like, I got to watching Vivian Jade because, like, the playthrough of Echo. And it's also kind of what inspired me to try and do a playthrough of Echo, even if this PC is, like, kind of fucking, like, oh my god. But either way, you know, that's, I'm guessing that'll be the end of this video. But like I said, check those channels out. They're great. They're really fun. They're fun to watch, along with Jesse Gender, as stated in the previous video. But yeah, highly recommend watching them. I guess I'll stop there. But either way, stay based.